Hello, beloved. This is Restoration Revival Chapel International, and as always, I will remain your host. And my name is the Senior Prophet Nana Osayo, and I welcome you to today's word. Today's title is Remain Wheat Among the Weeds. Dear Christians, let both grow together until the harvest. Then I will tell you, the harvesters, to sort out the weeds and burn them, and to put the wheat in the barn. According to Matthew chapter 13, verse 30. Jesus told his disciples a parable about a man who planted good seed in the field. But while everyone was sleeping, an enemy came and sowed weeds among the wheat. When the servant discovered what had happened, they wanted to uproot the weeds immediately. But the master told them to leave both growing together until the harvest, when the separation would be made. Jesus later explained that the good seed represent the people who belong to the kingdom, while the weeds represent those who belong to the evil one. The harvest represents the end of the age, when the final separation will take place. Matthew chapter 13, the verse 37 to 43. When Jesus prayed for his disciples, he said, I do not ask you to take them out of the world, but I do ask you to keep them safe from the evil one. According to John chapter 17, the verse 15. This means that we will not have to leave this world with the evil that is in it. We are not called to escape the world, but to remain wheat while growing and living among the weeds. Weeds pose a threat to plants growing among them. They compete for nutrients, space, and sunlight, and can frustrate their growth. They often grow rapidly and spread so quickly that after a while they can appear to have taken over the entire field. That is much like the world in which we live in as Christians. Darkness seems to surround us on every side. It is in our homes, neighbors, workplaces, and even sadly in some places within the church. It is on our social media platforms, in our conversations, and practically everywhere the enemy has found an opportunity to sow his seeds and weeds. But my dear Christians, don't become a weed because you are surrounded by weeds. The Bible tells us, according to Matthew chapter 12, verse 2, it says that do not copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. You may be surrounded by compromise, but remain committed. You may be surrounded by immorality, but remain pure. You may be surrounded by hatred, but continue to live. You may be surrounded by dishonesty, but continue to walk in truth. You may be surrounded by darkness, but continue to shine your light. For once you were full of darkness, but now you have light from the Lord. So live as people of light, as recorded in Ephesians chapter 5, verse 8. The presence of weed in the field does not change the identity of the wheat. You cannot control what grows around you, but you can decide what grows within you. You cannot always determine the environment you find yourself in, but you can determine whether that environment determines who you become. According to Philippians chapter 2, the verse 14 and 15. And while we are surrounded by darkness and everything else that is fashioned to work against us, to work against our growth, we must never forget that our lives are meant to produce fruit. When you produce much fruit, you are my true disciples. This brings great glory to my Father, as recorded in John chapter 15, the verse 8. We do not merely survive among the weeds, we ought to grow, bear fruit, and shine. For harvest time is coming. The day will come when God will make the final separation. Every seed will reveal what it truly was, and every life will give an account. Yes, each of us will give a personal account to God, according to Romans chapter 14, verse 12. Therefore, do not allow the darkness around you to extinguish the light within you. Do not allow the compromise around you to compromise you. Do not allow the weeds around you to make you forget who you are. Keep growing, keep standing, keep shining, and keep bearing fruit. Because you know what? Remain wheat among the wheat. Beloved, remember. Therefore, let God transform you. So let not get tired of doing what is good. At just the right time, we will reap a harvest of blessing if we do not give up, according to Galatians chapter 6, verse 9. You are wheat, remain wheat, live like wheat, grow like wheat, bear fruit like wheat until the harvest, for you cannot afford not to. Beloved, dear Christians, tell the world the word. Be the word to the world. Intercede for the world. For time is fast running. Remember, Jesus is coming soon. And as always, if you haven't smashed on the subscribe button, please do so.